Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a quick box opening and a very quick review on the ITC-308 Inkbird temperature controller. We've been running now for a number of years, and in the past you run your genuine or your conventional glass heaters, but the temperature stability isn't normally as accurate or stable as you'd like it to be, and sometimes you need to know what temperature your tank's running without actually having a thermometer on it. So I got looking into a temperature controller, and we run titanium heaters now. But the temperature controllers we've run in the past has been the reptile temperature controllers. Nothing wrong with them, and it's all I've ever really known. Being so stuck in trying to and doing the breeding of the clownfish, and working nights, it's been hard to stay on top of the products coming out. So I've run two different types of temperature controllers in the past, being both reptile. Both have been fine, faultless, pretty accurate to my knowledge. I use an infrared gun, temperature gun to test the water temperatures, and they've been pretty good. But in the last 6 months, I've run an Inkbird controller. I didn't go for the Wi-Fi model, just another lot of bells and whistles I didn't really want to dabble into. So I opted for the Inkbird ITC-308s. What made me choose that? I couldn't tell you. It was just a stab in the dark. I just went for that one. And so glad I did. So what I did was I purchased this Inkbird, or the first Inkbird controller, on eBay, and that's where I got the others. They ship it out so quickly, and they're not expensive. Probably, I think they had it shipped next day, and I received it probably about 3 or 4 days later. Within a week anyway, so by the time you order it, you get it within a week. What you get is it's just a small package. Now, one of the things I love about the Inkbird controller, it might not be a big thing, but for me it was, is the temperature probe is replaceable. Once you get rid of the packaging, a nice big control panel, it will show your temperature, your set temperature. There's lots of different things that you can adjust on the temperature controller. I've been running one now for 6 months. Because I don't dabble too much into things, I sort of like to just plug it in, set it, walk away. It wasn't until I looked a bit more further into the system I set it up on and thought there's a bit of a difference with the temperature from the gun to the actual controller. And then I started reading into the instruction booklet, and you can actually calibrate the probe or the controller. And ours, one we bought, was, or what I feel is, and I was out of calibration. So I recalibrated it to match the other controllers I've got in the room, which I feel is correct based on the gun and those controllers. By adjusting that calibration, I found the temperature in that system was about 1 to 2 degrees lower than I'd originally thought. And by doing that, we've started having some fish breed. So you can see I've got one set up here. This is the one we've had running for nearly 6 months. You can see where this is our set temperature. This is where the temperature actually is. So there's not much of a difference. It is saying it's heating now. We don't run any cooling on it because we set it quite high. Even in summer, even if it goes up a little bit higher, it doesn't bother us. We can cool it down with just a fan in the room, and it doesn't give us any grief at all. The alarm you can set through, so if you just hold your finger on the set button, and that's your temperature controller. You can do your alarm for your height, so your high alarm, we've got it set at 32. We don't really want it going over 32, obviously. And then you can flick through to your low alarm. We've got it down to 24. You can have it lower, you can have it high. There's a big range you can run with. And then to press, cancels out a little bit quick, but so low alarm, and then you can then calibrate. So there we had was a difference of 1 degree. So that was as close as I possibly can. There's so many functions on this, and one of the good things about this heater controller is you can adjust through 0.1 of a degree, that fine. You always want to try to get the minute. You also get a difference. You sometimes get a difference with the difference from the sump to your actual tank, so you can adjust that variance as well, which is a really good function. Right, so for us, we found the Inkbird ITC-308s. It's not the Wi-Fi model. I imagine that'll be pretty good for some of you guys, but for us, we're never away from home too long. There's no holidays with breeding clownfish. The Inkbird was the best. I will put the link in the description for the Inkbird where we purchased it off eBay. I'll also try to find the link for the other reptile controllers. We will keep them as spares. Nothing wrong with them. They will suit other people. Just we found the Inkbird was better. If you found this video was very helpful, if you have any questions about the Inkbird controller that maybe I might be able to answer, I'll try. Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, let your mates know about it, that might be helpful for them, and we will catch you on the next one.